Tottenham Hotspur 2, Manchester United 1. Really poor first half from Manchester United. Really cost us the game today. I thought Manchester United have made a lot of changes to the starting lineup. David De Gea back in goal, who was probably Manchester United, certainly first half, Manchester United's best player. We've seen rotation in the defence. Blind and Darmian, Smalling, Jones. There's a lot of players that were picked and have been rotated. We've seen 2-1 Zebi and Carrick in midfield, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting 2-1 Zebi to play at the right back position and done a man marking job in that first half. Had a really difficult game. Did 2-1 Zebi. After that great performance against Alexis Sanchez last week, it was a hard task of man marking another player in this Tottenham game. And to be honest, he's a young kid. He's gaining experience from it, but I would like to see him in his preferred position as a centre-back, really. And Manchester United's threat going forward was nullified with the fact that we put 2-1 Zebi, a centre-half, in midfield alongside Michael Carrick. I was a bit disappointed with that. It was a bit too defensive for me, certainly first half. They've got that early goal. I thought Wayne Rooney was partly at fault for that goal. And then on, they've had chances to score a second. David De Gea's pulled off some good saves. Son's missed a one-on-one opportunity where he's hit it almost straight at David De Gea. And going into half-time, I was relieved we were only 1-0 down. Admittedly, we don't have to get the points in this game. We've got to win that Europa League final. But they were really up for it at White Hart Lane. They were much the better team in that first half. And it's taken a second-half goal from Harry Kane, a very, very good goal from him, from a free kick, to get the second goal. And then on it looked comfortable for Tottenham. I thought they were going to go on, maybe even get the third goal in this game. You know, away at Tottenham, you don't get many chances to score. They've got a very good defensive record at home this season. Haven't lost at home this season in the Premier League, so it's going to be a tall ask for Manchester United to get anything from the game. Then he did change the game and brought on some more attacking options, really taking off 2-1 Zebi, bringing Herrera on, taking off Lingard and bringing Mkhitaryan on, and it did change the game. When Rooney went to the striker position, Martial went out to the left, which did help Manchester United. It created that one goal that Manchester United got. When Rooney didn't have a great game today, Martial was in and out again, too inconsistent for me still in these games. Needs to be getting more of a goal threat in his game, which we haven't seen this season. We saw more of last season, but really does need to improve his consistency over games, because at this moment in time he's not an elite player. And Manchester United, Jose Mourinho will go out and buy a player that's a lot more consistent if he doesn't improve that in the last few games, and give him a reason why not to go out and buy another. Because if Jose Mourinho goes and buys another two centre forwards, it's going to put him further down the picking order in that striker position. Certainly, he may still have a chance if he stays out in the wide positions though, and that was where he created the goal, put the ball in. Wayne Rooney, well, I would give it to Wayne Rooney as a goal for Manchester United. It's got to go to Wayne Rooney. Defender doesn't want to have that goal. An own goal in that position. Rooney hitting it at him. I think it was still going in anyway, so we'll give that one to Wayne, hopefully. It will be a nice send-off, because it may well be Wayne Rooney's last goal for Manchester United. Not his best of games. It was a worry, because at one point I thought he might even get sent off in this game. Had an early booking in that first half, and you think to yourself, well, if he makes one more stupid tackle in the game, he could be sent off. But some players have got minutes that haven't played a lot of football, the likes of Wanyama, Chris Smalling, Phil Jones. So that is positive, because if any players get injured, and some of these players are going to have to be relied on for that Europa League final, which is coming up, we're going to probably see a number of changes again for the game against Southampton. But overall, disappointing, we've lost the game. But overall, it's not going to make any difference of whether we win the Europa League or not. We just got to go out in that Europa League and win the final. Now, Eric Bailly was decent. I thought the goalkeeper was decent as well, but there were some performances that weren't up to scratch today, which have cost us. But away at Tottenham, I wasn't really expecting, and I certainly wasn't expecting an easy game, and I wasn't expecting Manchester United to get anything out of this game. I said before in the preview, I thought a 2-1 loss to Manchester United would be about right, and we actually did get that. At one point I thought it was going to be about 3 or 4 in that first half. The amount of chances Tottenham were getting, they hit the bar as well in that first half. We rode our luck a bit, and I think we were a bit fortunate to come away with a 2-1 defeat in the end, but certainly a better improved performance in that second half, and it was nice to see we were a bit more adventurous. It was a shame we didn't see a couple of the other youngsters getting an outing in this game, but hopefully we will do over the next couple of weeks, because we did have some players. Mitchell was on the bench today, so that was positive, and we could see some more of them given an opportunity in the next couple of games, because getting close to that final, you don't want to get any injuries. May see Paul Pogba back by that Crystal Palace game, because he's going to need a few minutes before the final. But overall, disappointed. and it was a nice farewell for Tottenham to go out there, get the victory, because it's their last game at White Hart Lane. So I'll give them that for this game, because it doesn't mean a lot for Manchester United in terms of the performances we wanted to see from the likes of 2-1 Zebby were more important to Manchester United than the result today, I think, because the result obviously doesn't have any bearings on what the future holds for Manchester United. It's more about individual performances. Like against Arsenal, I was more pleased that 2-1 Zebby had a brilliant game against Alexis Sanchez than I was about losing the result, because 2-1 Zebby is a future Manchester United player, hopefully, so that's what we want to see. We want to see some good individual performances in these next couple of games. Even if you're unlucky and you lose, the results don't matter too much. It's the performances that matter more now for me in them young players. Hopefully we're going to see a couple more given their debuts. He said that Joel Pereira is going to get his debut in one of the next 2 games, so that's nice to see. Another young goalkeeper, Portuguese goalkeeper that Jose Mourinho has high hopes for, so hopefully he can be a future Manchester United goalkeeper, whether that's a backup to either David De Gea or Romero or someone next season. But we really do need another solid backup goalkeeper if David De Gea leaves, because Romero has been a fantastic backup goalkeeper for Manchester United, and it is a shame if David De Gea leaves, because Joel Pereira will have to come in and be that backup goalkeeper if Romero is number 1, and whether Joel Pereira can do that or not, we will have to wait and see. So it will be nice to see a couple more debutants in these next couple of games, but you don't want to just throw them in just for the sake of throwing them in. You want to throw in players that you've got high hopes that can perform for Manchester United in years to come. Anyway, let me know your thoughts on the game. Obviously disappointed. No one ever wants to lose their game as a fan of that club, but overall we've got to worry about that Europa League now. Like the video, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'll talk to you all again soon. See ya.